today. From Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, this is the National Football League. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Davis Mills and the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man. But he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Opening carry of the game here for Rex Burkhead. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Fighting through pressure, forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. There's a nice move. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 38. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Desmond King back deep. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mills to throw it. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Ooh, with a juke. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Malik Collins gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Play fake, Mills. Gets the dump off to Pierce.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and short yardage, Mills. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a play fake. Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards.
And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up tipping.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller.
touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A give to Burkhead on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Here's Mills. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Mills now. He'll get this one out to Rex Burkhead. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. That's caught by Howard. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On 1st and 10, Mills. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this 1st half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Carr. It's caught, left side, Bolden. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Bolden, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mills.
That's caught. It's Chris Moore. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
To throw, Mills.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw is Carr. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Carr. That's complete to Bolden. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From the 16, Carr keeps himself upright. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. With the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Carr going to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr now to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make the play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now Carr. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Down to about the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, here's Pierce. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception. But it's second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
First down, Mills. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Looking to throw is Mills. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Mills to the air again.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Texans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And this is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Carlson on for the PAT.
here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Mills on first down. That's underneath to Pierce. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on second down. Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing, Mills. And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
It's an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.